Food shortages. You've heard they're coming. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, or even have friends who are into politics, you've been hearing about a coming food shortage. 2.5 years ago, this would have been unthinkable in the United States. But after the COVID-19 toilet paper shortages, it doesn't seem that far-fetched. After your President Joe Biden came on TV and warned us that there could be food shortages, the internet went into full panic mode. But instead of panicking and repeating everything we hear, let's examine the issues. Question 1. What's causing certain stores to run out of certain items? One answer is panic buying. For example, people were buying toilet paper like it was going out of style. Many were like, I have to stock up because they're going to run out of everything. It's only logical that stores were going to run out if crowds of people bought more than usual. And reason number 2, a lot of people stopped working because of COVID and Donald Trump's anti-immigration policies. A lot of manual farm labor is done by immigrants. So between COVID closing, sick leave absences, and immigrant roundups, farms and food prep factories couldn't produce at full speed. On top of this, a lot of truck drivers stopped working, many because of retirement. Less trucks, less deliveries. So if you add the panic buying to less people working, stores running out of items is inevitable. Then you have the non-COVID causes of stores running out of items. The main one right now is the Russian-Ukraine war. Between them, those two countries produce 30% of the world's exported wheat. On top of that, Russia produces at least 12% of the world's oil exports. And with sanctions on Russia because of the war, this has contributed to gas prices rising rapidly. That brings us to another reason people are getting nervous: inflation. Temporary food shortages coupled with runaway inflation terrifies people. If you're under 60, you probably don't remember the inflation of the 1970s. So to you, this is unprecedented, and that scares people. Scared people are easy to convince it's going to get worse. So if you want views and likes on your channel, all you have to do is say something bad is going to happen. Talk doom and gloom, and people will hang on to your every word. Meanwhile, some economists predict we will not run out of food in America. And here are the reasons they say why. 1. Inflation. American farmers aren't dumb. If food prices keep going up, farmers are going to grow more food. They will try and get some of this money. They're not going to just leave it on the table. Another reason many economists don't fear food shortages is food surpluses. America already produces more food than its citizens can eat. We know there are people in this country who don't get enough food, but that's usually a money problem. If inflation continues at its present rate, many of the world's poor will suffer drastic food insecurity. But like I said, this will be because of a money shortage. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know that a lot of food is thrown away. So in spite of particular items selling out, there haven't been any cases in America where a food outlet has ran out of all its food. They might not have the things you want, but there's still enough merchandise for you to fill up your shopping cart. The real problem is, will you be able to afford it? Some pundits say this is the real issue. They claim the powers that be keep telling us about a coming food shortage so you'll be more willing to accept higher prices. In other words, you'll be so grateful for this food, you'll pay ridiculously high prices for it. So in the end, the poor and ignorant worry about there not being enough food, while the rich and knowledgeable are preparing for the upcoming money shortage. Think about it. If you think the stores are going to run out of food, who do you get mad at? The store? The government? Your neighbor who just bought 20 packs of chicken? But if you can't afford what the stores are selling, your anger is pinpointed at the people who have the money. And they don't want that. Remember, knowledge is power. Don't get blindsided. Always look at issues from multiple sides. Stay informed and don't forget to subscribe.